Hey everybody, welcome back. We are getting ready to watch some more Game of Thrones. We're on season 7, episode 2, and we just finished the last one. I didn't really have a lot of commentary other than the scene with Ari and singing Jocks the Mighty. So, on that note, we're just going to go ahead and get into it and see what's going to happen on this next one. Now, episode 2 is called Stormborn, and the last thing that we saw was Danny arriving at Dragonstone. So I imagine we're going to kind of pick up there a little bit. And I was trying to think, were there any stories we had? Well, we hadn't seen the effects from Dorne, although they were mentioned. I think that's the only one we didn't see, right? I don't know. I'll probably remember more as it's shown to me. So let's go ahead and get into it. Quite the storm. We're back on Dragonstone.
Until your marriage to Khal Drogo, Your Grace, I knew nothing about you save your existence and that you were said to be beautiful.
Wasn't he behind
traded me like a prize horse to the Dothraki?
Jorah
Which
spying
you
on
turned
her?
to your advantage.
Who gave the order to kill me?
King Robert. The people who suffer under despots and prosper under just rule. The people whose hearts
And based
you
on
aim
what
to
all the
win.
commenters tell me, that's true.
If you ever betray me, I'll burn you alive.
I believe her. He does too.
Sindita liorta, que lunta osbarta. Riklo se belmots, projatus
I was going to say, when did she get an
Maybe
accent? But she's
preaching
speaking in
useless way
Valyrian,
back
isn't
on
she?
Tell Jon Snow that his queen invites him to come to Dragonstone. And bend the knee.
Are we going to get a meeting this season? I don't see John bending the knee, though.
Dothraki heathens who will burn your villages to the ground, rape and enslave your women.
As we listen to Cersei try to put fear in everybody, try to scare everybody. We're talking about John and Danny meeting, which right now, technically, Danny is the heir to the throne because of her father and him being betrayed and all that kind of stuff. But if John is actually Robert's son, which they haven't even touched on that, so I may be going off in some direction that's not even worth it. But if he is, then he would technically be heir to the throne on that line. And so we got two heirs that could possibly be meeting up, but then learning the truth about each other. Well, about John. So that would be interesting. It wouldn't do us any good until after we defeat the Lannisters, though. I don't know.
We must stand together, all of us.
Speaking in
We
half
hope to
truths,
stop her.
She has 3 full-grown dragons, Your Grace. How do you propose to stop them?
don't hurt the dragons.
Work on a solution.
Lord Tarley,
Sir Jaime.
thank you for coming.
That's Samwell's dad, right?
Guidance now more than ever.
I think I missed or forgot
You have to make a choice.
Danny
Do you fight
teaming
with
up
us
with
or with
the
foreign
Tyrells.
savages and eunuchs.
The infection has spread too far. You should have cut off your arm the moment you were touched.
Oh, it's Jorah.
Pardon,
Gonna
Archmaester.
talk about.
I met Stannis Baratheon's daughter at Castle Black.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
had grayscale as a baby and was cured.
And beyond our skills, sir.
Samwell's still
Are
going
you
to try,
a
though.
conqueror? Come, Samuel.
Tell him you'll be back. Sam's got an idea. Is he going to get that idea to Jorah in time? Is this where all the dragon skulls are?
Removed from the throne room.
Curious that King Robert did not have them destroyed.
Oh, yeah.
Trophies.
What are we looking at?
Valerion the Dread.
Oh, the biggest one.
Forged the Iron Throne.
That's a big wooden stake. I don't want to lose any of our dragons.
I am not here to be Queen of the Ashes.
That's very nice.
She
to
took
hear.
his words.
We will not attack King's Landing.
Then how do you mean to take the Iron Throne? By asking nicely?
With love.
If we besiege the city with foreigners, we prove her point. Our
And
army should
she's
be
done
what's
that
yours.
already. I think even though
Lady Elena, may I speak with you a
they
moment?
challenged her, I think they respect the fact that she stood up to them, but also listened at the same time.
I've outlived them all. You know why? I
She's
ignored them.
she's cleverer.
The lords of Westeros are sheep. Be a dragon.
And she can be when she needs to be. We've seen it.
Were you going to say goodbye?
Are we recognizing they're in a
I will see you
relationship?
when I return. If he learns to swim, good. If he drowns, good. Either way, strong and solid. But
If
I
they take
have
her
no
away from
fears.
him. Yay! I knew it was going to scare her. Oh, I was going to say, don't tell me you're going to stop him for nothing.
No.
I want to see you.
All of you.
Please.
I was going to say, does he even know what to do? Although they did talk about the Sullied going to the prostitutes and stuff, and wondering why. So maybe he does know what to do.
Have to do the research. If you want people to read your histories, you need a bit of style. I'm not writing a chronicle of the wars following
Be
the death of King
forceful,
Robert I.
Samwell.
Shall I tell you how he died? In grayscale.
Oh.
Procedure's far too dangerous, which is why it's now forbidden.
He's going to still try it, isn't he? Khaleesi. Who is... Oh, Jorah is writing to her. That's very phallic looking, isn't it? Oh, it's the sword, which is very phallic in general anyhow.
Hello. What are you doing?
Oh, and he's the one that reached through the door
Your Jorah moment.
to
Yes, it's your
Samwell in the
moment.
first episode. It's going to get him some too. Now, trying to think of how to say this story without giving too much info away. So I'm laughing at Samwell also taking a drink because I was riding horses with my dad one day, and we were getting ready to take the horses back to the barn. So we were coming out of some woods, which were all pine trees, and which are beside a road, a gravel road. And the horses have to take a little leap over the side of the rut on the side of the road. So so my horse goes across first, Dad's behind, and my horse figured out we were going back to the barn and bucked me off onto it wasn't gravel, it was chip and tar. Bucked me off onto chip and tar. And Dad saw the whole thing, saw me land, and the way I landed, he thought I broke my back because in that split second, he didn't see me pull my feet up to try to stand up, but I couldn't stand up because the wind had been knocked out of me. He thought I couldn't stand up because my back was broken. So, try to keep the story short. Basically, he called my stepmom and told her to bring the car down. While my stepmom takes me to grandpa's house, which is closer than my dad's house, she's cleaning me up. Apparently, before dad took me into the, we didn't go to the hospital. We went to another place and they were going to stitch me up. But apparently, between taking the horse back to the barn and tying them up, and then coming back to get me to take me to get taken care of, he had drank a beer. So yeah, so that's why I'm laughing because he's doing it to settle his nerves, which is actually going to do them better than if he didn't settle his nerves at all and tried to cut on Jorah. So I get why he's doing it. I just think it's funny because my dad did something similar. How are they going to keep him from screaming so loud that other people show up?
Bite down hard.
And try not to scream.
But no one knows I'm here, and if they hear you screaming, then we both finish.
Have you ever done this before?
Nope. But it's try and
No one else
possibly
will
live,
try it, so I'm the best
or
you got.
die anyhow. Hi, little girl. You gonna listen to Jorah scream with me? Now, does he have gloves or something to keep his hands from touching the skin? It's so dark. It looks like he has a glove on or something, but I can't quite tell. Like a leather glove. Yeah, he's got gloves on. Well, if he passes out from pain, that will help. He's trusting him. That's good. Ugh.
They say our dragons are bigger than Aegon.
Bullshit. Cersei's just trying
It was
to
a
drop
good
them.
transition in the fact that it made you
She loves
think what you
Cersei,
thought, but...
Sit down. Who's that for?
It wasn't for her.
Did she ever find you?
She found me.
Telling him the truth, okay.
What happened to you, Harry?
You got any ale?
I was going to say, it's too long a story. She's starving.
Where you heading?
King's Landing.
Why?
Gonna kill Cersei.
Heard she blew up the Great Sept.
Why would I go there? The Boltons have it.
No, the Boltons are dead.
Oh, is she going to change path?
Castle Black of the Walden army and won the Battle of the Bastards. He's king of the North now.
You're lying.
Why would I lie about that? He's your brother, right?
Thanks for the pie.
She's got some hope.
Friends don't pay. Can't believe I thought you were a boy. You're pretty.
Thanks.
That was a nice compliment. She was going to follow that group. Yeah, go to Jon and Sansa.
None of you have seen the army of the dead. None of you. We can never hope
The
to
wildlings
defeat
have
them
left
alone.
already, I
We
take
need
it.
allies. I'm leaving both in good hands.
Whose?
Yours.
Yours.
Until I return.
Now, is Ari going to get there before he leaves?
I wanted to remedy that.
He knows not to trust him, right?
Nothing to say to you.
Based on what Sansa said, yeah.
Not even thank you. I love Sansa. As I loved her
A
mother.
little too much. Hopefully Sansa doesn't agree to marry him. Is it just Jon and Davos, or they're taking some people with them? Okay. Yeah, there's Littlefinger. And who is this? Ari. Something speaking the horses. Who is spying on her? I was going to say, is it still Needle? It looks like Needle. Ah, coyotes. I guess they're dire wolves, not coyotes. They're hungry wolves. Wanting some horse meat. And probably Ari meat. Oh, hello. That's a big one. Is that hers?
Nymeria?
Oh, it just looks bigger because she's up on a stump.
Nymeria, it's me.
She can't smell through the glove. The hair will have scent, though.
Come with me.
Does she remember? Enough not to attack. Maybe they'll follow her. Bittersweet.
She's not my mama.
You can have Cersei.
Oh, the Dorne girls.
The mountain.
Is that the Lannisters? What are they looking at?
Euron.
Oh. Well, she did speak the devil's name, didn't she? Got some spurting blood going on. Well, they've gone into the wrong den. Your uncle is on your boat. I guess she was surveying the damage. Is that the dragons? Oh, killed the one daughter. Killing the second daughter. So is this an indication that, I was going to say, an indication that they're dead, but maybe not. What do you think? Lots of light dancing around, isn't there? Who's going to win? Are you done with the fighting already? They're going to do something. What's Theon going to do? He's going to save her, right? Oh, he jumped overboard? Tell me he has a plan. Wonder how that person got all the way up at the tip of the mast. Or, it's not a mast. Whatever those parts of the boat are called. Please tell me Theon has a plan. And that's the end, right? That's why we lingered so long on it. You're gonna fall off the chair in that spot. I don't have a lot of hope with that ending. And this could mean, get her down, this could mean that Daenerys has lost part of her force as well. So, uh, it seems like Theon has turned into his skittish, scared self. He was starting to have a good turnaround, though. So I'm hoping there's another plan. And he was looking at his uncle's ship, the back of it. So does that mean that maybe he's going to sneak upon it and kill him that way? I don't know. Maybe he knows he wasn't going to kill his sister, the uncle's niece. I can't remember her name. Maybe he knows that he wasn't going to kill her right away because he's got to show that he conquered her, take her to Cersei, all that kind of stuff. I agree with John going to go see Danny himself. It has to be him. It can't be somebody to speak on his behalf. That's the way the world works, anyhow. When they talk world politics, it's always somebody of equal level that meets with that person, almost always, unless agreed upon beforehand, that kind of thing. She's looking at the light on the ceiling. Ghosts. So I agree with that. It was cool that they brought Ari's wolf back. Um, at first, I thought the wolf was as big as the wolves in Twilight, but she was just up on a stump, giving her a bigger look, the forced perspective. And it seemed like she recognized her. And so maybe her wolf will kind of linger behind and follow her. Samwell is being Samwell. He never has followed the rules per se, especially when he sees something that he can do. So I'm glad to see that he's going to prove himself by doing. Now he's could get in trouble before he has a chance to prove himself. So we'll have to see. But I think what he's doing will actually cure Jorah. And I think if that happens, then maybe that head, what did he call him? Grandmeister? Something like that. Maybe he will agree to start training Samwell. And we got just a little bit of Gilly with him. So apparently she was allowed to stay with him. She's just not allowed in that one part of the Citadel. Arian Hogpie, is that his name? I hate that name for him. It was nice to see them reunited and getting along. I was glad that Olena had a meeting with Danny, a kind of what we call around here a come to Jesus meeting. Whether you're religious or not, that's the phrase around here. Come to Jesus meeting means we're just going to sit down and talk about the facts here. I'm worried about what this attack, the uncle's attack on the girl, whatever her name is. I'll look it up. But I worry about what that attack is going to have an impact on as far as Danny. I mean, there were ships a burning, and it wasn't. It was mainly Theon's and his sister's ships. It wasn't the uncle's ships that were on fire. So that's going to put a dent in the plan. The two daughters are dead. The one daughter's still alive with the mother, the Dorn mother. So I think they're holding them captive also, knowing that they're also leaders. So they're taking the sister and the mother, Theon's sister, the Dorn mother, both to Cersei. So that's not good. Cersei's going to order them killed. You know that. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with everything. That's all my instant thoughts. So we will get this in the mail and await the next episode and go from there. But thank you all for joining me on this one. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.